been waiting out here so long it went nighttime. God dang it. I really gotta stop being so impatient with myself. Hey guys, time to chill out with Sub-07 and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Crystal. Last time, we stormed the Goldenrod City Gym and successfully took down Whitney and her infamous Miltank without any real issue whatsoever. First try. I made sure we lost 2/3 of our team, but that's besides the point. This time, we're finally dealing with this godforsaken tree in the way. It's a weird tree. Use squirt bottle? Yes. Spray some water on this godforsaken tree that's been blocking our path. And it doesn't seem to like it very much. So much so that it'll attack you. Plot twist, the tree was a Pokemon the entire time. And his name is Sudowoodo. Look at him swing them hips. Sudowoodo is a weird Pokemon. This is one of a kind for this region, and the same thing goes for the remakes, as well as appearing as a one-off in Emerald version before being more widely available in later gens. Sudowoodo is a pure rock type and very physically oriented. Strong physical attack and defense, decent health, I guess, but not particularly great anywhere else. This is a strange little Pokemon that is fine for the time, but kind of gets outclassed in later generations. Though you could do a lot worse than what you currently have. However, he also weirdly got a baby Pokemon form in the form of his pre-evolution Bonsly in Generation 4. I don't really know why he got this, but I could do worse. Now let's deal with this tree real fast. We are going to catch this tree because it's a one-off and I feel no reason not to. Uh-oh. Oh, that might be a mistake. Sudowoodo here only has 4 moves. Low Kick, Rock Throw, Mimic, and Flail. Flail of which gets stronger the more damage he takes. But Burn is the problem. Burn will actually reduce his physical attack power, but it also means he's going to gradually die, so I gotta be really careful about this. We're gonna try a ball right away. Hey, first try! Nice! Sudowoodo's data was newly added to the Pokedex. Nice work. The imitation Pokemon. If a tree branch shakes when there is no wind, it's a Sudowoodo, not a tree. It hides from the rain. And yeah, if you didn't pick up on the name, Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo. What are you, stupid? Alright, this is a male tree. Ah, shoot, what do I call this guy? I had an idea at first of naming him sort of after Petrified Wood, but no, I actually have a different idea. He's not a real tree, so he doesn't go through seasons. So you know what? Your name is Evergreen, because he will always be green, at least in the fingers. But now that we've opened the pathway, we can actually easily access Violet City. Talking to this guy, did you clear the wretched tree? I'm impressed. I want you to have this. We received TM number 8, which is Rock Smash. That happens to be Rock Smash. You can shatter rocks with just a single well-aimed smack. If any rocks are in your way, just smash them up. And that is actually something very important to us because that has use in the environment. You can actually find areas with breakable rocks that might have stuff for you if you break them. That odd tree disappeared without a trace. Oh, that tree was really a Pokemon? Yep. But for now, let's head this way. We're actually going to stop by Violet City to both get out Kenya and finish the trade that we were asked to do because, remember, we were asked to drop off mail for someone. So let's go get that Spearow real fast. Now, since we have Evergreen in the party because we had space, we're going to drop him off as well. Evergreen is not going to be a member of our team for clarity. I just think it's neat to have someone like him. Let's pick up Kenya. And you know what? Just for the heck of it, we're going to pick up Jerry as well. I actually gave Jerry the Miracle Seed to hold because I'm not going to use it normally. What are you, crazy? I don't have a grass-type plant for my team. And pick up the mail and attach it to the Spearow. There we go. Funnily enough, I was kind of jokingly considering to myself, we could get Jerry to evolve if we wanted to, because since we have the Sunstone, we could even make him a Bellossom. But I don't know, if you guys want to see Jerry evolve into Bellossom, let me know, or maybe we'll make it a subscriber threshold or something, I don't know. 1,000 subs, we get Bellossom, make it happen. But for now, talk to this guy when you have Kenya with the mail in your party. Huh? What's that? You have mail for me? I mean, it makes sense you'd be asleep this time, because it's nighttime. We hand over the Pokemon holding the mail. Let's see. Dark Cave leads to another road. That's good to know. Thanks for bringing this to me. My friend's a good guy, and you're swell too. I'd like to do something good in return too. I know. I want you to have this. And he gives us TM50. TM50 is Nightmare. It's a wicked move that steadily cuts the HP of a sleeping enemy. Oh, that's scary. I don't want to have bad dreams. This is actually a pretty powerful move if you have something that knows hypnosis, like, say, the Ghastly family, because you can not only put your opponent to sleep, but inflict a gradual nightmare that drains their health. Pretty dangerous in the right hands, but you need to actually wield it properly. That being said, there is still one more thing that we could pick up while we're here, though it doesn't concern Jerry, so I'm going to go drop him off again. Back inside the ruins of Alph, there's actually something for us to do here. For one thing, there is actually something very important that I forgot to pick up. Talk to the researchers here. Pokemon appeared in the ruins. That's incredible news. We'll need to investigate this. And there's something you need to do. You need to catch at least 3 different unknown in the cave in order to get this to happen. Strange Pokemon you saw in the ruins. They appear to be very much like the drawings on the walls here. That must mean there are many kinds of them. It is true. Once you catch at least 3 of them in your Pokedex, show them to the researcher, and it will be worth your while. Ooh, is that a huge secret, I think. I'm gonna go catch a couple, and, yeah, we'll be right back. Wild Unknown fled? I didn't even know they could flee. Oh. I suppose while we're doing this, fun fact, this is actually my second take of this episode. First recording failed due to a graphical snafu, but I wanted to bring it up because something really stupid happened. We were doing the Sudowoodo fight, and Sudowoodo got the upper hand on us to the point where the only reason we won that fight was because Stark survived Rock Throw with exactly 1 health. Stark has proven his worth to the team more than once now, and I love him. I swear to God, if this hidden power is rock, I'm gonna be upset. No. But yeah, that was a disaster, and the only reason why that wasn't shown, I unfortunately was not able to visually show it. It was a bit of a graphical snafu. Now come here, you. Oh, come on! And yeah, apparently the Wild Unknown can flee. I didn't even know they could do that in this game. So, good luck dealing with them. That could be a pain in the ass. I'll be back. There we go. Funnily enough, the 2 unknowns that I caught were the letters C and A. So we can either spell CAD, or if I catch a second C, we can spell ACDC. There we go. Now that we've caught 3 different types, we can do this. That's a Pokedex, isn't it? May I see it? There are so many kinds of Pokemon. What's this? What is this Pokemon? It looks like the strange writing on the walls of the ruins. If those drawings are really Pokemon, there should be many more. I know. Let me upgrade your Pokedex. Follow me. And yep, once you catch 3, he'll automatically do this for you. Done! I modified your Pokedex. I added an optional Pokedex to store your unknown data. It records them in the sequence that they were caught. Nice! Again, unknown are pretty useless, but you never know. The unknown you catch will all be recorded. Check to see how many kinds exist. Now, as far as this game is concerned, there is exactly 26 kinds. In later gens, like Generation 4, there would be 28 because they added an exclamation mark and a question mark. Let's scroll on through here for a bit, try and find them. Where are they? I actually don't remember where unknowns would be because it's been a long time since I've scrolled through the Johto decks. There's Oddish. There you are. Because different types of unknown exist, it is said that they have a variety of abilities. Yep. They only appear in Unknown's Nest, which is, of course, the Ruins of Alph. But if we press the select button, we can pull up Unknown Mode, which shows you all the unknown characters you've caught and different words associated with them as well. It's a bit of a weird feature, but I find it rather fascinating. Because each and every one of them gets something completely different. I believe Unknown A here gets Angry. Unknown C here, what is that? CHA gets Chase. And Unknown D gets D-I-R-E. Looks like Direct. They all have different words tied to them, and I don't know what exactly the point of that is, but I think it's interesting. I'm gonna go drop off these Unknown at the PC, though, and we're gonna continue on our adventure. Alright, finally back on Route 36. Now that we have all the stuff taken care of, let's advance forward. On to Route 37. Not much is really different with this route. There's no new encounters as far as I'm aware. But there are these 3 apricorn trees, and there's this girl. Talk to her. Hi! I'm Sunny of Sunday, meaning it's Sunday today. I was told to give you this if I saw you. And we receive the magnet. What is the magnet? Well, let's let Sunny explain. That thing, what was it now? Oh, I remember now. A Pokemon that knows electric moves should hold it. My sis Monica said it powers up electric moves. This is Sunny of the Day of the Week siblings. There are 7 siblings, 7 days. Each day of the week you will find a different sibling in the corresponding day in a different part of the region, giving you a free item. Since it is Sunday, of course, we got Sunny, but there's still Monica, Tuscany, and 4 or so other characters that you can run into. They're scattered across the place, and you might want to pick up some of the stuff they're throwing down, because they actually give you some pretty nice things. For now, we just gotta pick out these 3 trees, because we got 3 different apricorns from each. Nice. And yeah, there's no new encounters on this route, at least from normal grass. So for now, we're just going to continue on our merry little way upwards because we're actually close to the next city. Oh, hi, Noctowl. Well, I guess this is technically one. Noctowl is the evolution of Hoot Hoot, but you already know enough about how this thing works. For now, I'm just going to have Stark try to kill it. Murder. Okay, maybe don't do that. This might not have been the best idea. Quick attack? How much? Better, but not great. Yeah, Noctowls are still decently defensive, so, maybe don't bother. Let's dip. And let's talk to these 2. Oh, looks like they're trainers. Ann and I are in this together. These 2 are twins. And they will only fight you one at a time, because double battles weren't invented yet. If it was Heart Gold Soul Silver, this would be a double battle. 2 Pokemon on one side of the field at the same time? That's ridiculous. That'll never catch on. Jigglypuff, huh? That's not going to be an issue because Scyther can just casually murder it. Defense Curl? Oh, that's cute. You think you can get away? That's not happening. And just casually bulldoze it. Nice. But yeah, Day of the Week siblings is actually a purely event-based Day of the Week cycle. It's kind of cool because you might not even know these guys exist. They're just a little hidden feature tucked away in this game, and it's pretty neat. But some of them do have some very worthwhile items, so you really should consider looking into getting them. There we go. A little too strong. Easy clap. And let's continue on this way. I believe this guy's a psychic? Pokemon can't do a thing if they're asleep. I'll show you how scary that is. We'll see about that tough guy. Yep, this is Psychic Greg, who sent out a Drowsy. Drowsy is a bit more dangerous because it is a bit higher level, but we can still Fury Cutter it. When in doubt, Fury Cutter all your problems away. And he missed the disable. Let's go. You're dead. Stark just destroying everything in his path is awesome. And that takes care of that. I lost. That's pretty sad. Easy enough. Continue on past, and we get through to Ecruteak City. This is more or less the heart of the Johto region. It is pretty much smack dab in the middle of 3 separate directions. South, which leads to Goldenrod and Violet. West, which leads to another city. And east, which also leads to another city. So this is a pretty important place. First thing you want to do when you get here, go into the Pokemon Center. Hi, I'm Bill. And who are you? Kyle, huh? You've come at the right time. I just finished adjustments on my time capsule. You know that Pokemon can be traded, right? My time capsule was developed to enable trades with the past. But you can't send anything that didn't exist in the past. If you did, the PC in the past would have a breakdown. So you have to remove anything that wasn't around in the past. But simply knows any new moves or new Pokemon in the time capsule. Don't you worry, I'm done with the adjustments. Tomorrow, the time capsules will be running at all Pokemon centers. I have to hurry on back to Goldenrod and see my folks. Bye-bye. That was Bill the Pokemaniac, the man responsible for the PC storage system, which you'll see, Bill's PC. Later games would have different characters handling the PC like Annette, but Bill is the first. Lake of Rage. The appearance of a Gyarados swarm. I smell a conspiracy. I know it! I don't know what the hell that guy's talking about, but Bill was talking about the Time Capsule. This was a feature in Gold, Silver, and Crystal that was removed from Heart Gold and Soul Silver for obvious reasons. I'm sorry, the Time Capsule's being adjusted. This is a system to transfer Pokemon back and forth between Gen 1 and Gen 2 games. Nowadays, generations don't really do that, they just transfer upward to the newest gens. But back in the day, you could genuinely transfer back and forth, with the caveat that it could only be Kanto Pokemon going backwards, and they had to only know moves that they knew in the Kanto region. It's a pretty weird thing, but it was kind of novel for its time, being able to do something like that. Let's stop by the mart. They got Great Balls for sale, so if you want to get some Great Balls, that is more than available to you. However, Bill said he was going back to Goldenrod City, and I think it's a very good idea that you pay Bill a visit there. So we're gonna go down there and do just that. Why are we doing this exactly when we just met the guy? Because he has something very important you're going to want to consider picking up. Trust me, this is going to be worth it. Now, the only issue is if I can remember where the hell Bill's house is, because I believe this is underground entrance. Yep. I believe this is the Name Raider's house. Bill's house is, I think, on the west side of town. Oh, wait. It's time. Finally time for this to happen. The odd egg is hatching. And what does it give us? Oh! Well, that's confusing. Tyrogue came out of its egg. Well, I have a lot to talk about with this, then. You have a nickname to Tyrogue? Oh, crap. What am I supposed to... Ooh. Let's see what I got. Male Tyrogue. I believe that's normal by default. Well, I guess we have to talk about this right now. Tyrogue is a very unique Pokemon. This is the pre-evolution for the Hitmon Pokemon. Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and the newly introduced Hitmontop to this generation. This is one of the most unique evolution specifications of any Pokemon, though. The way it works is simple. Tyrogue evolves based on whether its attack or its defense is higher. If it's even, it will evolve into Hitmontop. If it's higher with attack, Hitmonlee, and if it's higher defense, Hitmonchan. I think. I'm pretty sure that's the numbers and how it's supposed to go. Tyrogue is a very unique creature in that it only evolves based on its stat distribution, which is very unusual for a Pokemon, and I believe it's the only one that has such a thing. But it is a very fascinating thing, and the three Hitmons you have access to are rather different from each other. Hitmonlee being a very focused physical attacker, Hitmonchan being a very special defense-oriented Pokemon with decent attack, and Hitmontop being sort of a balance between the two. Of the three, I would say your best bet would be to get Hitmonlee, because it hits really hard and it can protect itself against special weaknesses. Chan has good physical attack as well, but it's not as good, and the elemental punches he learns are screwed in this gen because they're special attacks, which benefits his awful special attack stat. This is better in Generation 4 for Chan. Top is actually the least useful of the three, which is kind of weird because he's the new guy. But he's really just not versatile, I'm gonna be honest. His attack and defense are balanced and he's got great special defense, but he doesn't learn many great moves, and he lacks variety like Hitmonchan does to compensate for that. You could do a lot better, but you could do a lot worse. However, I bring up this because the odd egg, which is the egg that we were given, is a very unique item. This is an egg that could evolve into one of many different Pokemon. Tyrogue was one of several that it could become. The other ones that it could also become are Pichu, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Smoochum, Elekid, and Magby. It is random what the odds are of getting one of these is. However, there's a couple things that are also unique about it. See, this egg is different because you have a chance of it being shiny. Shiny Pokemon are, in Generation 2, a 1 in 8,192 chance of happening. In this game, in the international version, it's a 14% chance that whatever hatches from this egg will be shiny. In the Japanese version, it's a 50% chance. That is one of the highest rates you can get that isn't a guarantee. There are a lot of things about each of these little baby Pokemon, and as soon as I figure out a name for Tyrogue, we will go over them. I don't really have a good name picked out because I wasn't sure what I was going to get out of this, so for now, I'm going to name you Prodigy. I think that's only fair. Now, the catch with baby Pokemon like this, they're level 5 by default. Any Pokemon that hatches from eggs will always be level 5, of course. And it knows Tackle and Dizzy Punch. Dizzy Punch is a move that is shared across the other evolutions. The other Pokemon are strange. First, Pichu. This is Pikachu's baby form introduced in this generation. It's an electric type, it's very weak, and it evolves via friendship. Pikachu and the Pikachu family as a whole are not terrible, but Raichu is a basically straightforward electric type. Hits hard with electric attacks, very fast. That's all there is to it. If you like Pikachu and Raichu, Pichu will do just fine for you. Igglybuff and Cleffa, on the other hand, are a bit different. Igglybuff slowly evolves into Jigglypuff and is okay. Cleffa slowly evolves into Clefairy, which is pretty alright. These two are very similar because they're kind of regional variations of each other. But I would say if you got one or the other, you would want to get Cleffa. The last three, though, are unique. Smoochum is our first instance of an ice type. It's an ice psychic type. It becomes the ever-controversial and forever-tainted Jinx, which is actually a pretty good Pokemon, weirdly enough. Ice and Psychic is actually a very powerful, special attack-oriented type, and Jinx benefits from that with a good variety of moves and some pretty high special attack. Or not. Oh, sorry. Losing my voice a bit. It's got very high special attack, decent speed, decent special defense. Problem is, it is very weak and frail physically, so you gotta keep this thing carefully protected. You can do a lot of damage with it, but you need to be careful using a Jinx. Elekid, on the other hand, is when things get interesting. Elekid evolves into the rather powerful Electabuzz, a pure electric type that has a good variety of special and physical attack power, but it's a Pokemon that gets better with time. Because Generation 4 gives you access to the ever-powerful Electivire, a very strong Pokemon with a powerful ability that absorbs and negates electric-type attacks, increasing its speed. These are very powerful Pokemon in their own right, and I genuinely would say if you got your hands on the Electabuzz, and you're playing Heart Gold Soul Silver, go for it. Get that Electivire. It's a really good Pokemon to have. And this also applies to the last one, Magby. Magby is a fire type. It will become Magmar at level 30, just like the Smoochum and Elekid, and it becomes Magmortar when traded in Generation 4, making it even better. And yes, Jinx did not get an evolution, but these two did. Tragic. Magmar and Electabuzz are more than capable on their own in Generation 2, but Magmortar and Electivire in Gen 4 are way, way better. And I fully recommend that you consider them for your team if you want a good electric type or a good fire type and you happen to be playing Generation 4. They are very much worth it. But enough about this. Let's drop this stupid kid off at the daycare. Well, maybe not daycare, but the Pokemon Center. It's worth noting as well, the Pokemon Center in Generation 1 and 2 only kept up to 20 Pokemon per space. So we're going to have to make some space soon if we keep finding Pokemon like this. Go in the box. I was actually kind of hoping we wouldn't get Tyrogue because of things that we'll have to talk about at a later date about them. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is not the only Tyrogue you're going to run into. So it's kind of unfortunate that that is the one we got, but that's how the dice rolls. I believe this... No, I think it's... Oh, Schoolboy is calling me. Hello, it's me, Alan. I've studied quite a bit since then, and I've gotten a lot better. I'm hanging out on Route 36. Can you come down for a battle? See you later. Maybe, Alan. I'll consider it. I believe this is Bill's house. Let's pop in. Yes, yes, it is. There's a very important reason why I came here. Are you a trainer? I've got a useful phone number for you. I'll take it. And she gives us Bill's phone number. Against his will, I guess. My big brother Bill made the PC, Pokemon storage system. My husband was once known as a Pokemaniac. Bill must have taken after his father. Like father, like son, I suppose. But what we want to do is we want to talk to Bill. Hi, Kyle. Do us a favor and take this Eevee. It came over when I was adjusting the time capsule. Someone has to take care of it, but I don't like being outside. Mood. As someone who lives in Texas, I understand. Can I count on you to play with it? Of course. I knew you'd come through. Way to go. You're the real deal. Okay, I'm counting on you. Take good care of it. We receive an Eevee. Eevee is an enigma. This is a Pokemon that is unstable and can evolve one of many different ways. In Generation 4, backwards, we can get up to 7 evolutions, and it is a very versatile Pokemon as a result. Eevee evolves many different ways. In the case of its original debut generation, it evolves with the 3 elemental stones, water, fire, and thunder. In the case of Generation 2, it evolves via happiness depending on the time of day, be it day or night. And in the case of Generation 4, it evolves based on its location, like if it's a mossy rock terrain or frozen glacial terrain. I'm going to cover these as best that I can, so bear with me, we're going to cover this real fast. The first original 3, Eevee can evolve based on different stones. First things first, with the Thunderstone, you get Jolteon, a very fast, very powerful electric type that is, once again, a straightforward electric type. It uses electric moves, it goes fast. Powerful, effective. If you want electric type, you can do a lot worse than having a Jolteon on your team. The only problem is, this is purely an electric type. It is not going to play with anything else, really. Because are you really going to use Pin Missile on this thing? Really? Next, with a Water Stone, you can get Vaporeon, who's actually a very bulky, HP-filled defensive tank. Being a bulky water type benefits Vaporeon immensely, and it learns some powerful moves to compensate as well with things like Surf. You could do a lot worse than having a Vaporeon on your team, and if you're itching for a water type, this could be your opportunity to get one. I do recommend Vaporeon as a useful Pokemon. Third, if you get a Fire type, you get Flareon. Do not use Flareon! Flareon sucks, and it has always sucked up until later gens, past the Generation 4 cutoff point. Despite being a very high attack power monster, it has Fire as its main type, meaning its Fire type moves will not benefit its high attack stat in Generation 2. It will benefit its special attack stat, which is subpar at best. Generation 4 Physical Split did help it a bit, but it doesn't learn great physical fire attacks to compensate, so you're stuck using things like Double Edge. And it's also slow, so I wouldn't even recommend it for that. This is a Pokemon that suffers a lot, and was often the butt of a joke of being the worst evolution. You could do so much better. In the case of Generation 2, because we're not going to count Leafeon and Glaceon because we can't access them in this game, there's 2 more evolutions you can get. If you're very friendly to your Eevee and you evolve it during the daytime, you get Espeon, a Psychic-type Eevee. Psychic types are still really good, and Espeon is a great example of this. A hard-hitting special attacker that gets some powerful moves that are very psychically oriented and benefit its high special attack stat. You can teach this thing a lot of things, and it will just thrive. Psychic is still good, and it's not being overshadowed by any other types in this gen, really, even if you have to deal with dark types. So if you want this, by all means. And last but not least, the ever-enigmatic dark type. With Friendship Through Nighttime, you get Umbreon. This will be an interesting consideration. Umbreon trades out being offensive in any capacity in favor of being a stonewall of defense. Dark is actually a decent enough defensive typing in that it doesn't have many weaknesses, and until the advent of Generation 6 giving it Fairy type as a weakness, there wasn't much that could slow it down. Umbreon's very tanky and doesn't learn many offensive moves, but you can teach it some powerful things to mess with your opponent like Toxic. If you like playing the stall game, this could be worth your while. In my case, I have an idea for what we're going to use this for, and it is going on our team. I'm normally not the biggest proponent of Eevee on teams because a lot of people get crazy about Eevee, but we're going to take this one, and we're going to use it, and we're going to name it Artemis. Professor Elm claims Eevee may evolve in new and unknown ways. Well, he's right about that, at least in this generation. And would you look at that, we finally have our 4th team member on our side. Eevee, when you get it, will always be level 20 and know Tackle, Tail Whip, Sand Attack, and Growl. Not the most amazing moveset in the world, but you could do worse. And there are ways to improve and make it stronger around nearby if you want to grab stuff. Because things like the Underground have things that could benefit you for this. Such as trainers. I got booted out of the game corner. I was trying to cheat using my Pokemon. Well, you're just a cheating bastard, aren't you? I wouldn't fret too much about the trainers down here. They're actually really weak. What I was intending to do was showcase something very important down here. There's actually a very special salon you can visit here from day to day, where a brother will take turns giving your Pokemon a, I believe, haircut? And depending on which brother it is, they will increase your Pokemon's happiness. Happiness can increase a normal amount if it's the older brother, but the younger brother normally has a lower amount, except for some times where he'll do a better job than his brother. This is a really good way to raise happiness quickly, and you could get very lucky benefiting from trying the younger brother. For now, let's put in Artemis for his first battle. Let's see how he fares. Grimer level 11. Grimers are not very physically defensive, so they will not be able to do much against us. Let's just tackle it. Donk. Nice. Not bad. And Harden, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. Easy experience. Artemis already pulling his weight. I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping that Artemis would be a girl, so, make of that what you will. But for now, there really isn't much for us to do here aside from cure Stark's poison. I forgot about that. And I don't think we really need to worry about this stuff right now. There's a lot of stuff that we now have access to, and we're going to have a lot of things we can take care of, so I think we're going to stop here. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Crystal, I'm going to blitz my way through here and get us back to Ecruteak, where we can hopefully see what's next to come for us. Maybe a new gym challenge, maybe somewhere else to explore. Till next time, ice out.